All right, before I jump into anything, this is for those of you who don't have a whole lot of time to watch this and you just click the video called the Derp Crew situation. Uh-oh. What could that mean? We are all still friends. We all still plan to play games with each other. This is not going to be some drama video. I feel like I need a video to address this particular situation because I've been seeing an increasing amount of comments about it. It's not too bad. I trust you guys kind of get the situation, but you know, this is for those of you that don't, and it gives me a chance to talk myself about the current situation. So a couple weeks ago, my good friend Chilled, everyone should know who Chilled is at this point. If you don't, that's amazing. But he recently uploaded a video kind of just talking about how he's been burnt out by YouTube, at least like how things currently were on YouTube. Recording a bunch of multiplayer videos, setting up recording sessions and stuff like that. And he's taken more of a direction to focus on Twitch. And I don't know if that, I mean, I don't think it means that we're never going to play games ever, but I mean, we just played Mario Kart. We played Mario Kart like the other day, so we're still playing games. I mean, our two channels have been a little bit joined at the hips for a good part of the last few years. I'd say definitely in the last couple years, just because we both kind of felt the effects of CNanners leaving. And a lot of people that I've met over the years that I've been recording with since like 2012, 2013, 2014. A lot of people I know have moved on to Twitch, and multiplayer recording sessions became a lot scarcer. And that kind of resulted in us focusing more and more and more and more on the Derp Crew. I don't know if that was a healthy thing to do or an unhealthy thing to do, but in my eyes, I feel like that kind of burnt out the group itself. And like was burnt out, and by I mean burnt out the group itself, it burnt out everyone else in their own ways, and I guess everyone chose to react to it in a different way. For Chilled, he explained in his video that he kind of chose to be a little bit more of a hard ass, and he would keep poking people and be like, hey, why aren't we recording as much? Why aren't we recording as much? And I would tend to take more of an approach of I probably wouldn't set up as many sessions anymore, and I would try to branch out and record with other people, so that way I'm still kind of diversifying myself, and I would try to play more single player games. Others, they would not really do YouTube that much at all, and they would focus more on Twitch, so naturally they wouldn't be as interested in recording as much games as often as we wanted them to. So I think there's been like the struggle to keep everyone together on the same page and focusing on the same common goal. I think like what's happened here with the Derp Crew is everyone's goals have been kind of diverging. I've explained in my New Year's video, I don't know where I'll put it. I think there'll probably be a little bit of a link right there. I kind of talked about feeling lost about what I want to do myself, and I talked about how I wanted to grow as a content creator, and I feel like the only way I can grow as a content creator is to throw myself in a bunch of different situations, and that means doing stuff by myself, branching out to other people. I said I wanted to stream more, and I have been doing that a lot more, hence all the Twitch VODs, and I think I've been doing 3 to 4 streams per week, like unintentionally. I've been having a lot of fun with streaming. I don't want to turn this channel into like a stream highlights channel, but there's a lot of content that I play on Twitch that I feel like could work well as a YouTube video too. Like the recent Uno videos I uploaded were from a Twitch stream, but they didn't have like this heavy amount of chat interaction where it wouldn't really be easy to follow if you're watching on YouTube. But I'm trying to pick and choose certain types of content that I record on Twitch and determine like, will this make a good YouTube video? Yeah, I think that could make a good YouTube video. Project Winter was that was originally a Twitch stream, but I kind of just recorded that also. I don't want to just do like a purely Twitch VODs type of channel, at least this channel in particular. Maybe sometime soon I'll make a second channel where I can dump Twitch VODs, but I would like to keep this channel more of like a dedicated recording channel where sometimes some Twitch stuff will spill over here too. I've already said that things were going to be weird for a while, and things are a little weird right now, and I feel like I'm having to address things a little bit. I just want to keep everyone on the same page. I don't want people thinking that like, oh, the Derp Crew has dissolved. I don't believe that. The weird thing about the Derp Crew is that I don't feel like the Derp Crew can ever just completely disband or like come together, because the Derp Crew has never been like an official business thing. Like much like the Creatures back in the day that I was a part of. If you're watching my channel and you had no idea about that, that's an old YouTube group that I was a part of like 5+ years ago at this point. That started as a group of friends, and then it turned into a business. And I'll admit, we've kind of learned from watching that happen and the mistakes that I made throughout it, the mistakes they made throughout it, and ultimately didn't want to make those same mistakes. And we never really took the Derp Crew to that official level. So, I mean, I can't say myself that the Derp Crew is completely disbanded. I've more or less just kind of viewed it as a little moniker to what to call ourselves. Like, it's easier than putting this game with Z, Jill, Gum, Smarty, Tom, Aphex, like listing all of these names in a title. I could just do with friends in my titles, but I tend to do the Derp Crew, and sometimes some people are in there and they're not necessarily Derp Crew. It's usually like if most of the people in a video are Derp Crew, I'll call it a Derp Crew video. But maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Maybe I should just title all of my videos with friends. We're going back to a old way of doing things where we're kind of just doing what we want. We're trying not to be too reliant on each other. I've never really wanted that anyways. I've had a history of relying too much on groups. I dealt with that with the Creature, where I was a part of this group of people, and they decided to go in this other direction of that I supported, but they went in the direction of we're moving to one state and we're going to do a lot more stuff in person. But I couldn't quite do that yet, or it's not that I really couldn't do it, but I was really young, and I was admittedly not ready to do something like that. Like, whether I wanted to admit it or not at the time, I probably should just have some video and just have my thoughts about that whole history of myself and just kind of openly talk about it. But that's for another video. When I was kind of drifting away from the Creatures, I saw a huge obstacle that I had to navigate through with my channel. There's probably a certain portion of you guys still who watch me who remember me from the Creature days. There's an audience that you gather on YouTube grows to have an expectation of you to keep doing the same thing, or more or less the same thing. Like, if you're recording with a particular group of people, they're going to come to expect that. And then if you just abruptly stop doing that, that could be jarring for your audience. And that's a terrifying thing to navigate through, because it could mean, oh man, everyone's going to unsubscribe. They're not going to like my content as more. It's almost like a little bit of a Stockholm syndrome kind of relationship that you can have with some people. It's like, if you get too reliant on people, you're going to start getting resentful towards them, if that's the right way to describe it. If their goals just start diverging from yours, if someone just disappears out of nowhere and you've been relying on that person for the last several years, you're going to you're not going to like the situation, because it could mean a bad situation for yourself. And so that's something that I've tried to gradually make sure I don't get myself trapped into. But unfortunately, I think I have been getting a little bit trapped into that situation when recording sessions with other people started becoming a lot more scarce, and I wasn't diversifying myself as much. So that's something that admittedly has been on my mind when more people have been drifting towards Twitch. Like, there's going to come a day where more people are probably streaming on Twitch, and I'm not going to be able to set up any multiplayer recording sessions anymore, and I'm going to have to record single player games by myself. So I've really wanted to get myself used to that, so that way I can keep making content. I'm keeping this expectation up that, hey, you know what, this is what's happening on my channel right now, and there isn't some abrupt change that, I guess, puts people off. I'm really just speaking candidly right now, just about my thinking on YouTube. It's weird navigating the business side of things and the friendship side of things. But the friendship side of things, that's still there. We're all going to be playing games together. Sometimes maybe we won't play for a week. Maybe we won't play for a couple weeks. But we're still going to. It's just probably not going to be this everyday Derp Crew upload spree that we've had for the last several years. I am okay with that, because it's a change that I feel like has needed to be done. As much as a lot of you guys like the Derp Crew, I think it's healthier for a content creator to not rely too much on one particular group of people, because you never know what they're going to do. You don't want your destiny to be affected by whatever decisions that they decide to make for themselves, because they'll make valid decisions for themselves. Like Chill's making a healthy decision right now, I would say. You know, if he's not feeling hot about what's currently going on, then he has the right to do that. I think it's important to be ready when someone makes a decision like that to not put yourself in a position where that can severely affect you too much. We've had conversations over the last couple of years. We've had ideas where we've wanted to take things further, like let's start a main channel, but not everyone would want to start a main channel. Let's start a podcast, or let's keep a podcast going, but not everyone liked the format of the podcast, or we didn't like how often we were doing it, or we just didn't like the dynamic of everyone being in person, or like little things that, you know, we wouldn't agree with, and we can never come with this consensus, even when it comes to like a name for whatever our in-person Austin official adventure would be. Even something like that we can never fully agree on. So it's there's been this built-up apathy within me, like this ain't going anywhere. So I gotta do me. Everyone else, they gotta do themselves. And Chill's gotta do himself. You gotta focus on yourself. You're number one in life. Just like I'm number one in my life. I gotta focus on me. You can't follow the vision of one person, and if it's unhealthy for you. That's at least how I look at it. I'm feeling pretty happy right now with I feel like I've been throwing myself into a lot more on Twitch. I've been feeling very comfortable on Twitch lately, and I was feeling very uncomfortable in the last few years whenever I would start streaming. I like YouTube. I like this platform. It's a good way to just record games. You know, there's no one watching me at the time. There's no pressure, and I can turn a recording that's quite frankly nothing, and I can turn it into something. And it's a very powerful platform to just express yourself. And I'm throwing all those buzzwords out there. And I do not want to give that up, and I'm certainly not going to. I'm putting a little bit more stock into Twitch right now, and I think for the next few months I'm going to be putting a lot of stock into that. So you're probably going to see recording sessions that are recorded dedicated for YouTube, and you'll probably see some stuff that came from Twitch, and because I felt like I could make a funny video out of it, and I'm going to put it on YouTube. But I want to get an editor for this channel, and I think that's going to make things so much nicer, because editing still takes up a lot of my time. And especially like adding Twitch into the mix, like I feel like I'm working a lot. I don't have much time to hang out with people. I don't have just even some sleepless nights. It's starting to feel like college all over again in terms of workload with YouTube. But now Twitch has now taken over the college spot, and I'm back to that same stressful workload. But I can bear that for a few months. Twitch has been going pretty okay, and I think I'm gonna get an editor. Suddenly there will be a huge difference, and maybe that will even result in making better content too, if that stress that's hanging over me is gone. That was another tangent. I've been loving Twitch. Twitch has been very fun, just hanging out with those of you who show up and just interacting, getting that direct interaction. It's so nice having that direct interaction. It's refreshing. And then my Discord community too. I started up a Discord. You guys can feel free to join that. I'll have that all linked in the description. And I pop on there a lot, and I just talk to you guys. And I'll talk pretty candidly too about my plans, about YouTube, even like talking about some of like the business sides of YouTube. That's something like I never know like how much should I talk about? It's like, do they need to hear this? Do they need to hear about algorithm stuff and like my thoughts, my thinking process of how to build an audience? Like I know it's refreshing, and you guys seem like they're very supportive of that too, and I've been really liking that. I don't think I have anything more to talk about. I wanted to just talk about that. I gotta have a video, like a direct, dedicated video, and no one should be wondering what's going on with the Derp Crew now. At least like on my channel. Like, this is my perspective. Everyone has their own opinions. I'm not turning this into a whole he said, she said, because we're human. That's really it. We are all human with different goals. That's ultimately the answer. The Derp Crew and I, we're a group of friends, still a group of friends. We've worked together a lot. We've had times where we've bickered to each other in private, even in recording sessions too. But that is just all part of being human. You don't fully see eye to eye on everything, but that's okay. You make the most of the situation, and you do you. Maybe things will get better, maybe things will get worse, but this is the current situation right now. It's whatever. It's whatever, really. Still friends. We still record. We just may not do it as often because we're all trying to focus on our own stuff. I've said that for the 20th time in this video, and I hope I've beaten it through. your heads by now. So that's it. I'm just gonna end this video. I hope you guys understand the current situation. That's it. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.